Well, long time no see.
Here we are again. I'm still sick a week later. Still have no voice.
It's been a whole week, and we decided to wear the same clothes and still be sick.
Still do this all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're no changes up in here.
No.
We've actually haven't moved
Yeah.
in a whole week.
Yeah.
We've sat here waiting to do this podcast
I've just been
again.
so excited to record again.
Yeah, honestly, we've talked about so much together in this past week of sitting here. I don't know how this is gonna go.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm gonna say it. Have sex with a Scorpio.
I could glute bridge your dad.
I'm naked. Hold on. We will be flicking the beans to that.
But she's tatted and I take meth. Is somebody in your house right now?
But you know what? Fuck your ass.
Yeah, I had sex last night.
You can make your own money. You can literally have your own job of your dreams. You can own your own house. You can own your own car. You can pay all your fucking own bills. So what is that man? That man is sex and a best friend, and that's it.
I heard nothing but the truth.
But, you know.
But yeah, like I said in the last episode, which for us was about 10 minutes ago, and for you guys was 7 days ago. But I'm moving in 2 weeks, but in this week, it will be this weekend. Anyways, so we're recording back to back so I can have this pre-recorded and not have to edit next week. So you get us again in the same outfits, and Kellen's still sick.
Yay. Fun. Well, yeah, I mean, this isn't going to be about Gypsy Rose or any of that. But,
Yeah.
So I know this is something that we haven't talked about on this podcast in a really long time.
Okay.
For like you or I, because you and I haven't done this in a really long time, is dating.
Okay.
And listen, I've gone on a couple of dates recently,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like we should talk about
Yeah,
that
let's do it.
because we haven't had anything like this in a
Yeah.
while. And like,
And also, we haven't talked about it with each other.
no, not really. We talked about the first one, but like that's
Mhm.
kind of it. So right now, okay, I feel like the universe has put me in a crossroads of life at this moment.
Okay.
Because not gonna lie, I have a couple men in my phone right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay, because why the fuck not? I'm having a good time. I don't really give a fuck. Like,
yeah.
I'm not looking to like be wifed up or anything. So like,
Yeah.
why not have a
Mhm.
good time? But here's the problem that I'm having is like two of them. One of them is like, of the two is what I'm saying. One of them is like looking for a fucking wife. He's like trying to wife some bitch up. He's like got money. He's like buying a house. Like he's like doing the things. Like he like is super nice, super cool. Like definitely on that wavelength of like a good fucking human, right? And like
Yeah.
he would treat me well. He would do
Everything
all
you're
things.
saying is making it seem like you're not really as interested.
Okay. Because here's the other problem. Option number 2.
Is he just really hot?
Yeah, and he'd be so bad for me, but goddamn, would I love to just up that tree. Like something about it seems like it's good. It's just more fitting.
Yeah.
But I think that the universe has it in front. Like, okay, because option number 2, also a really fucking cool person. We have a lot more in common as far as like hobbies would go, like things that we enjoy.
Sounds like option number 1 you're not that into.
Okay, I know, but this is what I'm saying.
You're like, I think the universe is really testing me, and I'm like, I think you just don't really like him.
No. You're not wrong. But
I don't think the universe has to tell you.
no, but this is what the universe I think is trying to like have me. This is the lesson I feel like I'm trying to learn right now, and I've talked about it with my friends at work. Is that like both are great people? Like
Yeah.
truly, at the end of the day, both are really good people.
So far.
Yeah, you know, we're
I don't
only-
like to give anybody too much of the benefit of the doubt.
No. I've known
At the end of the day, they still got a dick and they're still a man. So.
I've known one for longer.
Yeah.
In like a more like friend setting,
Mm.
and then the other one I've only recently started to like get to know.
Yeah.
So like, okay, there's that, whatever. But I feel like the thing about it is that between the two, it's like the universe is giving me two people. Like one who's like, you can have the home, you can have like all the things. I mean, realistically, I'd be settling, and I know that, and that's why I'm just kind of like, I'm still gonna have fun.
Yeah.
He can still take me on nice dates. We can still have a good time. But like, am I really looking for anything? Not really. And I was honest about it with him. Like, if I'm being Like I was like got a little drunk. He was like asking me about relationships and stuff, and I told him like kind of where I was at, and I was like, whatever. And then since then he did actually like take a little step back, because I think he realized like he was going full like he just went 2 feet in and I was like a toe. So like I think he like kind of got the
no,
vibe.
but the date was really fun, and like I'll go get dinner whenever.
No, if you ever want a date night, I'm your girl. Like honestly though, like he genuinely treated me so well. He like had an Uber come pick me up at the house. Like he was like super like a gentleman. And like this is where I'm saying the universe is testing me, because it's like, are you ready to give up the fuck boys?
Yeah.
Because you have 2 options. You have a fuck boy option, and then you have like an actual like good.
But
that's what I'm saying.
But also, I feel like what the universe isn't giving you is the in between, which is somebody who's in our stage of life, who's not ready for like super intense, like this is now or never, like you're gonna be the one or you're not, like still kind of figuring out themselves, but they still have like a good head on their shoulders, they're still nice whatever, and they're still making money and doing the thing. You don't have that option.
But that technically would be the option 2, which is like the bad boy, is what I'm saying.
But why is he bad?
Because I just like he just is still not
like he has a roster.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, obviously like, it's like completely okay that he does. It's not like we're dating,
right?
But like, and I think that, okay, I'm being real, like he's had a crush on me for a very long time, but I just like didn't care, if I'm being honest. And then recently I've just kind of been like, I'm just looking to have a good time,
right?
Fuck it. And like, you're also here really late at night, so am I. We can get a drink, have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of where I'm at. And he definitely has like that same, like, he has that energy.
Right.
But I just also know in the back of my brain, like, this is only going to amount to this.
It will go nowhere.
It's like, I think we could have fun for like a couple of months, if I'm being honest.
No,
with
totally.
You. Like, we'd have a great time.
But you're like, there's no real future here.
Right. And that's where I'm like, okay, but then what am I saying to myself? Because like this man who like actually would give me a future.
But no. And also you're still missing that in between option.
True.
Where it's like, I can picture a future with you and you can picture a future with me, but there is no like stopwatch starting. Where it sounds like the first guy who's like the good guy, like moving it sounds like he's after the one right now. And so that's putting pressure on you. And the other guy is like clearly not. Like he's like, oh, you're cool, I'm cool, let's fuck and be friends. But you don't have the third option of the in between. So I don't think it's like the universe is like choose this or that. I don't think the universe is giving you all the options. So I don't think you're like, I don't think it's like, oh, if I choose this, then I'm like rejecting this type of guy who I want, because at the end of the day, you don't want that guy who's like ready for marriage and like settling and all that stuff yet, because like you're not on that wavelength in life, and you're more on the wavelength of the other guy.
That's what I'm saying,
which is why that's what's presenting itself to you, and not a third, because you're not actively like looking for dates right now.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Where it's that's where you would find the in-between guy who's like also dating around and also like trying to find out what he's looking for, but he's wants something a bit more serious, but he also doesn't like, you're not looking for a guy who's like looking for a girlfriend. The guy you're talking to is looking for a partner, and the other guy's just looking for a friend to fuck.
That's
so
true.
That's the difference.
That's true.
So like I don't think if you choose the fuck boy, you're telling the universe like fuck off and like don't bring me good anymore.
That's where I'm at in my life, where I'm like, am I at a crossroads right now? Should I be like, thinking like, okay, but I'm like, also in my brain I also know like the other guy is so like genuinely like, option number 1, so fucking sweet, like genuinely I would feel very bad because I would hurt him. That would hurt his feelings. Like, and that's where I'm just kind of like trying to keep my distance, because it's like, you're cool, I would love to hang out with you again, but like we're hanging out, like I don't really want to do it.
But also, like, you guys are two different. He's a bit older, right?
He's 29.
So like I think he kind of knows that too, because like I feel like that would be like if we were to date like a 23-year-old right now, and expect them to be a 26-year-old. It's like you're just not going to be there. So I really don't think like he knows what he got himself into. You know what I mean? So like at the end of the day, like you're not like leading him on or whatever, because also you said, hey, I don't want to be like super serious or whatever. So like whatever he decides that's on him. If he gets hurt, that's on him.
That's true.
Because like you told him.
That's true. But yeah, it was it's just like interesting because I feel like I'm not one to like ever have men in my phone.
Yeah.
And now I have like 2 options and I'm like,
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm kind of just like a little bit of a fuckboy right now, just like getting what I need from both. And it's kind of a good time. No, I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, I've never had more fun in my life dating than when I had like a couple of guys who I was like actively seeing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it did get messy when I started like kind of really dating one of them, but I was still kind of hooking up with the other one. But we weren't exclusive with like the guy who I was like actually kind of dating. So like I didn't feel bad until then I felt bad. And then like months down the road, I guess they were like friends. I didn't know they knew each other. And he was like, hey, like blah, blah, blah told me that like you guys were like hooking up during this time and this time. And like I just was like wondering like if it's true. And he's like, if it is, I'm not going to be mad. But like I kind of had thought that we were like together then. And so and I was like, oh, fuck. This
you
is
said,
so
oopsie.
And I was like, but in my head, like, we weren't dating. But I guess, but then I'm also like, but you didn't ask me to be your damn girlfriend. So that's on you.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
on you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no. And that's why option number 2, he is like a lover boy too at the end of the day. Like, he's a little fuck boy, but he is a lover boy.
Yeah.
Like, there's that part of it.
I feel like that's kind of what makes a fuck boy.
I know. It's
I feel like
fun.
you can't be a fuck boy without being like that kind of like, you're a bit much.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes it like, okay, you've been around the block. Like you've slut yourself out a lot. And especially the stuff that they talk about. I'm like, how do you know that? Because that's for the girls.
Yes.
Why do you know that?
So the one day we all had a conversation and he was like, yeah, he's like, I keep like makeup wipes in my bedside table. And I said, you are a little slut. I said, you're a little slut. Oh, I know.
Because why else? Like, there's literally not another reason in the world besides like you are actively having sex with many women.
Yes.
Many women.
No, I know.
Just make sure that you guys are using condoms because you
know,
don't
100%. No, 100%. But the thing is, I just like know it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah,
and I'm down for that.
Yeah.
So it's.
Oh, you haven't fucked yet?
No.
Oh
no.
You're better than me.
That's honestly opportunity like in that regard like hasn't been there yet. Yeah. But like. It's more like the tension that's like fun and like the flirty banter.
I know, because that's the bad part. It's like after you fuck, then it's like, and then it just becomes like almost transactional where it's like, so should we go hook up or?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But right now it's like very fun because it's like.
Yeah, it can be like playful and like whatever.
But like even option 1, it's still like playful and fun because like none of that has happened. Like we made out.
Yeah.
But that was it. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to go home.
Bye.
No, I literally did. I'm so serious.
He's probably like, so you want to come back to my place or bye?
No, Emily, it's worse. Okay, so he planned a whole date for us. It was really nice. Like, honestly, it was a good time. And he like had an Uber come get me, like picked me up, took me there. Great time. Got a couple drinks, went to the next place, got a couple drinks. But it was like by his apartment. And we were like, what should we do next? Because like, it was still early.
Hey, you trying to Netflix and chill or what?
Literally, it was still a little early, right?
Yeah.
So like, it was like, okay, neither of us are actually gonna go to bed. Like, go home and like go to bed. Like, it's not that time yet. It was like a weird time because like we met at like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Right. Right. So
like, the sun had just set.
Right. So like at 10 o'clock, we're like, realistically, we're still gonna like want to get
like, it. Also, that's when like shit just starts. Like people just start going out.
Right. So it was like a weird time.
Yeah.
So it was like
it's like that transition between like people are at the bar still having like hors d'oeuvres, and now it's like there's no more food.
Right. Exactly. So we were like, he's like, well, I live right around the corner. Like we could go. Like he's like, I have wine at my house. Like we could just go hang out there. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Because also a couple of drinks at me. I don't give a fuck what we do. You know what I mean? So we go back to his house.
And like, y'all didn't fuck?
No.
Okay, I just don't get you. We're just so different. We're just so different. Because I literally wouldn't go back to a man's house if I wasn't trying to smash. Like, I'd be like, nah, I'll go home.
No, because I don't care. I'm here to have a good time. I don't care. We're gonna have fun, and I don't give a fuck. Like, if we would have had sex, we would have had sex.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so
were you prepped?
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of went into it at least wanting or at least dabbling in the idea of it happening.
Yeah, like it wasn't out of the realm.
Yeah.
But it was like the vibe had to be there.
Okay.
And like we were like, it just kept giving best friend vibes to the point like I wasn't trying to fuck. Like, like we were having like it was honestly like that's the craziest part is like it genuinely was an actual good time. Like conversation was super good. Like
Yeah.
we genuinely had a good time.
Yeah, but you weren't feeling it down there.
Yeah, like nothing was tingling.
Okay, no.
Right, exactly.
It's a no for me.
Exactly.
Dog.
So like I made the right decision.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go back to his house. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, we're sitting on his couch and like we're just like talking and like
Yeah.
he's like curled up on one side, I'm curled up on the other side, and we're just like kiki, like whatever, drinking wine and Topo Chicos.
You guys want to play a board game?
Literally.
I'd be like, I think I should call an Uber.
We're like watching Love Island, talking about some random shit. And his friend that I know calls him.
Yeah.
Right. And so like now we're on the phone with his friend. We're just like, it's
Yeah.
3 a.m. 3 a.m. And he like goes and like we're like kissing each other. And I was like, no. Like,
no.
It's not going to work for me, babes. So then.
Is he a bad kisser?
I don't want to necessarily say that publicly.
Oh. So it's not a no.
But it's not a yes. The benefit of the doubt that, okay, it wasn't like the absolute worst.
It just, the spark wasn't there.
The spark wasn't there.
Gotcha.
And that's what it was. Like, it's not like it actually was like bad. It just like, I wasn't
Yeah.
feeling, like I wasn't catching a vibe.
Yeah.
And that wasn't working for me.
Have you made out with the other guy though?
No. Because it's still like,
But
there's,
you're like sexually attracted to the other guy.
It's bad.
Okay, so then it will be there unless he's just like god awful.
Also, this is the thing. Other one, there's a lot more risk to the reward factor.
Like you seem to be gravitated towards that.
Yeah, I love it. I love
God.
a little shit where you eat.
No, you more than love it. You crave it. That's
I don't-
I think that's the only type of person you like. I
'Cause
don't think you've ever liked somebody that isn't in that situation.
You're not
that
wrong.
I've known you.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And that's always been my entire life.
That's like your MO.
Yep.
So if you ever want to work for Society 97 and you're a man, watch out for Kellen. We're gonna have to get HR. We're gonna have to have an HR because girl, I don't trust you around our employees.
I would not. If it was actually our employees, it's so different. He's not my employee. He's not my employee.
I know, but I'm just like in my head, I'm like, but if he was your type, would it be that different?
I don't know. This is the problem. This is my problem. It's because I don't like, to be honest, like I'm not a person who's initially attracted to a person. Like you might be attractive, but like
yeah,
I have no like, I don't give a fuck. Like you're hot, cool. I'm hot too.
yeah.
Like that's
You don't get that feeling where you're like, damn, I could fuck you.
not really, no.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple times, but like normally it's like unrealistic people where it's like, God, I could fuck you.
Right. Like a celebrity.
Yeah, like if you're right in front of me, I'm like, yeah, you're hot.
My mind goes instantly towards like fantasizing, not in a way of like wow, I bet you'd be a great boyfriend or whatever. It's like in my head I'm like, man, what if we bumped into each other and then like made eye contact and then like we were like, wow, and then it was like boom.
See, like I would love that to happen, but it just never has.
No,
like,
it's never happened to me either. I mean, obviously, I'm sitting here. I've been fucking involuntary celibate. I'm like a fucking incel for the last like year.
So, but that's my thing. Like I think that's the problem with like my shitting where I eat is because like I don't like give a fuck. Like genuinely, I'm never actually like seeking out a man. Like I don't.
Yeah.
In my brain, I'm not thinking about that to be like, oh, when's the next one coming along?
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
scrolling on Hinge to like get the next guy. Like none
Right.
of that bothers me. So I think that's the thing where it's like then I start to like be around you often and like we start like having little jokes and then it's like I get to start to know you and then I'm like, oh, you're kind of cute.
Yeah.
And then I think like vice versa.
Yeah.
Because I also understand that the way that I like am like I don't say that I present myself, but like I definitely present myself in a different way than who I like am.
Yeah.
Like I don't allow everyone to like just know me. But I come off as a bitch. And I know that.
You don't at all. Like that is the no.
I do.
Maybe at your work, but not in like real life. Like I would say it's like quite literally the opposite. Like I think you're meaner once you get to know you. Because like up front, you're like everybody's bestie. You're like so nice to everybody. And not that you're a bitch behind the scenes, but I feel like once you get to know you.
I feel like bitch is the wrong word. I feel like more like intimidating. Because I've been told that a lot, actually.
Maybe like that. But I don't think it's like off-putting to where it's like I wouldn't approach you, because I would say you're very approachable.
Okay.
Because like even
so bitch is the wrong word.
No, yeah, you definitely do not put off bitch vibes at all. And I feel like not even like intimidating.
Well, you also know me long enough now to not feel that way.
But even when I first met you, you were like the nicest person ever. It was like, oh my God, hi. Like, you remind me a lot of my friend Erin in that aspect of like, you just have a good energy around you, where it's like you're approachable. But I do get the like intimidating part in terms of like your like look. Like, you do have like the dark hair, like the piercings, the tattoos, like, so I feel like that for some people could be like, ooh, she's kind of a badass, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not like mean energy at all.
Or like, okay, so my best friend Julia from back home, like, we met in college and we sat, it was like a computer lab, and we like sat across from each other. And she always told me, she was like, I just felt like you were like too cool. And I'm like, that's not.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's like, I just like didn't think that like you would ever want to be friends with me.
Yeah.
And then you like started talking, and I was like, oh, she's actually nice.
Yeah.
And I was like,
No, I get that. I guess like I just like the situations that I've seen you in, it's always been conversational. It's never just been like you being quiet.
That's true.
Because I feel like, if I just saw you like sitting in a coffee shop or something, I would kind of be like, oh, she's like a cool girl.
That's true. And
you know what I mean?
So I was talking like yesterday, like after, well, I wasn't done with work. I was cleaning, but like some of the coworkers were sitting at the bar. And like this one guy like said, like, I just don't find it attractive. And this is like, I find it, I'll play into it at work because you give me money. Be for real. Like, you're tipping me. I'm going to play into it. I'm going to be like, I'm going to take your little comments and he it off my chest. But I don't find it attractive at all when a guy comes up to me and is like blunt about like, oh, you're really pretty. Oh, you're really attractive. Like, I'm not like.
I don't either. Actually,
I'm not like, oh, let's go. Here's my number. Let's like, I'm like, okay, thanks.
No, I'm actually the same way.
Like, I'll eat it. I'm going to take it and be like, oh, he thinks I'm hot. But I'm not. I don't want to act any more than.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. And like, this is so random. But when I was home, I was like talking to my dad, and he like found this like old photo of me from when I was like little or whatever. And I was probably like 7 or something, and he had like taken a photo, and I was like looking up, like it was very like photogenic of me. My dad was like, oh, you're just so beautiful, like blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, thanks. And he's like, no, like you're really pretty, like, and I think like I want you to know that. And I go, I know I'm pretty. But I didn't mean it in a bitchy way, but just like, I know I'm pretty, like I don't think I'm ugly.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because like when I said that to him, he got like offended. He was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, what the fuck did you think I was supposed to be like? Oh my God, thank you for complimenting me on my beauty. Like I so appreciate it. It's like, also you're my dad, so
yeah,
it's very
like my thing is like, I know I'm attractive,
but that's the thing.
I know,
and me saying that like really, he couldn't conceptualize me thinking I was pretty.
But my biggest thing, and for anyone who's listening too, is like, if you don't think you're attractive, you're not attractive. Like, to be completely honest with you, it's the attractiveness is the energy that you put out. Yeah. Like, truly, wholeheartedly. Like, if you think that you're ugly, fat, this, short, tall, too, like, whatever. Yeah. If you think you're anything, like, negative about yourself, like,
you will become that.
That's going to exude.
Yeah.
So if you think that you're hot, if you think you're the best person to walk into that room, if you think, like that confidence is key, and, like, that simply carries. Yeah. So it's, like, I don't feel like I ever walk up to people and like, because like I personally think that I'm pretty. Yeah. But I don't think that I'm the prettiest person to ever exist. Like, that's insane. Like, that's a whole different thing. Yeah. But like, yeah, when men at like work or like they try to like make comments to me or try to like.
So that's the bare minimum.
I've had like 4 or 5 guys, and this isn't me like patting myself on the back, but like literally last night, like make a comment and try to ask for my number, and I was like, you could leave yours, and see what happens. Like, that's what I always say, because I'm not giving you my number. I'm a fucking bartender, like.
And you know where I work already, which is scary. Yeah, which is already me.
Yeah, because like you can come back here, and I
don't need you to know my like personal information,
right? And like, so whatever. But like, it does nothing for me, and I think that that's where like the shit where you eat part comes in, because like those initial comments or that like initial like attraction of it like doesn't do anything for me. Yeah. Because I also understand, and this isn't like, in a cocky way, but I also know if I think that a man is attractive, I could go up and talk to him
Yeah.
and he will reciprocate.
Yeah.
I know that.
Well, also because as women, we like play in our league.
Right.
We aren't the type of like being where guys do this all the time, where it's like ugly guys. I mean, the amount of times I've been hit on by somebody who I'm like, in what world would me and you exist in the same playing field? But with women, it's like, I'm not going to DM Jacob Elordi and be like, yo, want to go on a date? Like,
Right.
you know, and think he's going to respond. But guys do that all the time.
Yeah.
So I feel like that also is why as women, we can have more confidence when we like approach guys and stuff, because it's like, I'm never going to go after a guy who is like, obviously, and this is not me calling myself ugly, but obviously out of my league. You know what I mean? Like,
in both directions.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Totally.
And like, I don't know, maybe that's just like the confidence that I've grown as I've gotten older or whatever. But like, to me, like, I'm like, okay, I could, if I want to pick that, I could pick that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe that's super cocky of myself to say. I don't fucking know.
I don't think so, because like I said, it's like, you know, like your batting average and like in your field, and like it's gonna hit every time when it's like people who it's like you know. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I say like option number 2 is like it's a high risk for. I mean, there could be high reward. You never know.
Yeah.
You just don't know. But
no,
it's a weird situation, which is right now why I'm just letting the tension happen.
Yeah. No, I feel
and it's like fun to just like flirt and have banter and like.
Yeah, because
whatever.
Nothing's worse too than like, especially in a situation where it's like you shit where you eat, because like you have to see them again. So it's like, if it doesn't go good in the hookup part or whatever, and then it's just like, ugh, God.
Well, here's the thing. I've done it enough times now.
Yeah.
Where like, I also have a science behind this. Okay, this is like a little thing that like me and my one friend at work, we had like we're like, if we're talking like science experiment wise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you would have to do it like 3 times for you to like actually like 3 separate occasions that you meet up with someone to hook up with them as a girl until you actually would like have feelings or feel some type of way about that man. Like the first time, especially if there's like tension and stuff, like the first time it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like on both ends. It's also kind of a little bit weird, like be for real, like you're hooking up with someone you've never hooked up with before. It's still a little like, like what do you like? What do I like? I don't know. Like whatever. Second time, you now aren't as like weird about, like, you know what you're doing. Right?
Yeah.
You know where you're going. You know what you got yourself into. Okay. And then the third time, it's like probably the most fun, because now those first 2 times are like out the way. But after that time, it's kind of like, okay, then you're at a crossroads. Like, do we keep going?
Yeah.
Because that's when the feelings start to happen. Or do we get out of here?
Yeah.
And act like 3 times had a good time.
Yeah.
And we can still be cool. So it's like, I feel like that's where you have to like get worried.
Yeah.
At that point.
Or the first time something like just crazy happens and you're like, what the fuck?
That's true.
Or they like pull their pants down and like it smells down there or something. You know what I mean? Like something like that could
That's what
happen.
I'm saying.
And then you go back to work and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Between the first and third time.
Yeah.
That's where like all the leeway can happen. Like,
yeah.
you can do it one time and move on and be like, it was just one time. Like, whatever. There's nothing there. Whatever. We both
like I don't care to do that again.
And also, like, we're adults now. Like, we're not fucking 21 and have to see you in class and be like, I know what your penis looks like. Like, whatever. Like, move on. So, like, that's where we were like, that's like the leeway. Because after that, it's either you're going into feelings territory, whether you want to have them or not.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Or you can just walk away.
Yeah.
And be like, that was fun. See you around. Fist pump.
Or it's like one person wants to keep it casual and then the other person gets feelings, and so you're like, I guess we'll just keep doing it and it'll be casual, but then somebody ends up getting like,
well, that's the problem. Hurt. After like the 3 times.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. That's just like not a thing in my work, because I don't ever meet people at my job. You know what I mean? Like random people or whatever.
Well, it's
or
so
even,
easy for me to meet random people.
Yeah, and even like the people I work with, my company's just not big enough. Like the moment you would hook up with somebody, if like the whole office would know about it, it would be weird. Oh. Like I can't imagine.
The moment that you do, I could breathe incorrectly at this place and everyone's going out.
But like it's like different because at my place I feel like they would instantly go to like, oh, you guys are dating, and like, you know what I
That's
mean? Like they
true.
wouldn't make it casual. It would not be
That's
casual.
true. That's very casual.
Exactly, like because it's not normal.
That's
like
true.
at
So
my
many people
work.
are dating and fucking there, and
Yeah, like at my
doing all
work,
the
like if
things.
me and one of my coworkers hooked up and like somehow people found out about it, it would instantly go to like, oh, you guys are dating.
Yeah, no,
And it'd be like, oh no, we just this was just like a like, and then it's like, how do you explain that to like your 60-year-old coworker that you just like fucked the guy in engineering or whatever? You know what I mean? It's just like so awkward.
Yeah.
Like I just couldn't in my setting like do that and then it just be casual after. It would be weird.
Well, there's also a lot more corporate.
No, totally.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. That's what I feel like. And I feel like how else do you meet people besides like a dating app or like going out to the bars?
Well,
I'm not going out to bars.
I know the other day I was actually like thinking, I was like, I need to start going out again because like, not that I want to like have a boyfriend or whatever, but I'm just like, even just like meeting friends and stuff,
Right.
like, because there is no place in my life where I have like community like that. And like, I don't care to like join like weird clubs and like adult kickball league or like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't care to do any of that stuff. And also like, I do really enjoy going out and I always have. Like, I love like partying, but now that I'm not drinking, I think I've had a hard time like wanting to do it.
Yeah.
But I know that like once I start going out again, like it will be fun. And because I'm not drinking, like I can leave at like 11 o'clock, get home, shower, go to bed, and like tomorrow still like be a contributing member of society.
You could even still go home at 1 a.m. and still be a contributing member of society. Like,
right, because I'm not hungover.
Yeah.
And like, so I know I can do it. I just need to like, also I just need to be like vibing with myself again.
Yeah.
Like confidence wise. And I feel like recently, like just because of like depression and just being busy and like all this stuff, I haven't been prioritizing my like physical health or whatever. And so I think that's also been making me like not want to get dressed up and like go out. And so I think once I move and like join a gym and whatever, I am going to start going out again.
I'm saying though, like I feel like it's like, how else do you meet people other than like going to the gym? Like now that I go to the gym around the same time, like there's 2 different times that I go, but it's like, if I go on a Monday, I go at the same time on Mondays. If I go on a Tuesday, I go at the same time on Tuesdays. Like, it's just whatever. So it's like the same people at those times. And now it's kind of like a, hey, how are you? Like type thing.
Yeah.
Like whatever. And like one girl like talks to me here and there. Like we'll like talk about what we're doing that day. Whatever type thing. Like it's all gym talk.
Yeah.
But like even that's like you keep going. That's like actually like how they tell you to meet friends, or like when you move to a city to meet new people. It's like, if you keep going to the same place over and over again, you're either going to date somebody or you're going to find friends.
Yeah.
And that's like why a lot of people like date people, like their coworkers or whatever, is because they went to the same place every single day. And that's what happens. So like, I don't know. I feel like it's not weird. I don't know. When people,
no,
like,
and a lot of people like, I mean, that's how my parents met.
Yeah.
Like at work and whatever. I don't think they worked at the same company, but like they were working on a project together.
Yeah.
Like it was like an ad agency working with
they
the
still had
corporate.
to continuously be around each other a day after
yeah,
day.
yeah,
Where it's
exactly. Like, and I feel like that's a very like common way people met like pre-dating app world.
Right. And like to me, dating apps are just like a fucking waste of time. Like I'm not interested.
I'm too scared also, like for my own like safety, because it's like you really don't know.
I'm not interested in like the small talk, if I'm being so for real. And I think that's also,
and it's very Hunger Games. It's like,
yeah,
okay, you got 72 people who like you're talking to at the like, I don't like
you
it.
met the person on a dating app. Like, how can you expect them to then like be serious about your relationship?
Yeah, no, totally.
If you're looking for an actual relationship,
Which I feel like nobody is on a dating app,
because they also have 5 other people.
And I don't like how it's so like the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Where it's like in real life, like, yes, of course you're still gonna like not be fully yourself until a certain level of like getting to know somebody, but like you can't hide behind like photos and text messages and shit like that when you meet in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
it's like,
for sure.
I don't know. So I'm with you there. Like I don't ever care to use a dating app ever again.
Yeah.
It's just it's a lot of work too. With no reward, like literally none.
Yeah, the reward is like,
I feel like
very
all
slim.
the people who have like met their significant others on dating apps were like 3 years ago, and it's kind of like too late for that now. Like the wave of like finding your like husband on a dating app is kind of gone. I don't think that you
can't. I just still think we're too young to be using dating apps for marriage. Like, yeah, like we are still at an age. Like, I think if we were like in our 30s, you could. Yeah. If we were approaching 30, you could. Yeah. But still at 26, like that's still young to be like using a dating app to find a husband.
Especially when you don't live in like a suburban type city. Right. I think that's a big thing too, because like when you live in a city like Nashville, that's like a transplant city of like people move here like fresh out of college because they're like got their first job or they're here for the weekend or like whatever. It's just hard like to find like to even understand what people's intentions are. Oh my God, the amount of times
like so like the bar that I work at is like it's in Germantown, but it's technically like 2 blocks away from Broadway, like where.
Yeah, it's literally like between Germantown and like downtown.
Yeah. So like we get a lot of like there's hotels around and there's a ton of Airbnbs like right by the restaurant I work at. And like these guys the other night that were there, like I hear this every fucking night. They're like, oh, like what's your name? And like obviously I'm their bartender, so I'm like gonna tell them. And then they're like, oh, well, like, what are you doing later? And I'm like, I'm literally working.
And that's the thing, because okay, like, no offense to, like, you or waiters or whatever, but, like, that's who you're going after in the big like, city that you're here for one weekend, you're hitting on your waiter.
I'm like I'm
go literally meet people who are, like, also looking to
I'm like, people. I'm literally working. And he's like, well, when do you get off of work? And I was like,
not soon enough.
Oh, I mean, I literally was about to be done in an hour, but I was like, oh, I have to close tonight. Yeah. So I'm like, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. And he was like,
that's just such a
he's
strange.
Like, oh, damn, that sucks. He's like, well, I'm here till tomorrow. And I said, okay. I said, that's cool.
Okay.
Like, babe, I hear that all the time. Nor do I care to be your fucking tour guide.
But also, that's just proof to me you have no game in real life, because, like, why are you hitting on me?
Yeah.
Why are you not hitting on the girls that you're meeting at the bars who are also looking for guys?
And our bar was like, our restaurant was packed.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the thing. It's like, why are you talking to like the person who's getting paid to work here?
Like, I'm getting paid to be nice to you. No offense. And also, you pay me to be nice to you.
Right. So like that's like so weird to me when people like hit on their like person serving them or whatever. Because I'm like, I just feel like you have no game in real life. It
happens a lot.
Oh, I'm sure it does. But like, I just can't. I'm like, you can't find anybody else in the wild. So
my
you, like,
favorite
corner the people who have to listen to you.
My favorite's when they give you 10% and then they write their number on there, acting like they're gonna call.
Like, what am I supposed to call and ask for the other 10%?
Like, money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
If you want me to actually call, pay up.
I'm gonna call collections on your ass.
No, I actually had a guy last night. Like he's like becoming a regular on a Monday. He's not normally there, but
yeah,
he comes in on Mondays and. He's actually really fucking cute, but he's a bartender as well. So like, you know,
he gets it.
Yeah, he gets it. And he's like not weird at all. He's super fucking cool. He's actually really, really attractive. In my type of attractive. Like, you like, he's like edgy and like has tattoos and like whatever. But like, I mean, you would find him attractive too.
I was like, you're speaking my language. I'm like, edgy tattoos, check.
Yeah,
check.
like he's cute. Like, I don't know. He brings in some fine ass girls though, because like they all work together, right. And then he like, you know, they're all hooking up. It's just how the fucking industry is. But like last night he took me fat as fuck, and I was like, no, you gotta take that back. And he was like, no, and he like blew me a kiss, and I was like, he's like.
Cut it.
I was like, will you be back? I said, are you coming back next week? He said, yeah. I was like, it's a date. He goes, it's a date. He's like, I can't wait. I was like, me either. Like, absolutely. Come on back, buddy. But I feel like that's different because like he lives here. He's in the industry. He gets it. But like some Joe Schmo who's leaving the next day.
Like at his job. Like he knows how to turn it on and you know what I mean? So it's like, it feels a bit more like less weird because you're like, also, I get that you do this for
also
a living.
Again, he's coming and sat at my bar every Monday night for the past 4 months.
Which also, like, not to hate on people who do that, but like, how does one become a regular at like a restaurant? You know what I mean? Like, I just am like, I did that kind of with like one of my friends, and we would go to like this one Mexican restaurant, but we didn't ever like befriend the staff.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
So this is the difference in like bartending. It's like most of them, like I had a couple that comes in and they get like, they're super quiet. I don't talk to them, but they order the same thing every time. So when they come in, like I literally just go get their drinks, I put them down, and like to them it becomes like comfortability. Like people love that. Like people, they love that. When I see them, I instantly go. I start making her Goose Cosmo, and I start making his Long Island iced tea, and I put it in front of them. And they have a drink each, and then they order lemon basil chicken skewers, and he switches it up. But yesterday he got queso, and like they're like, oh yeah, thanks. Like they love like the comfortability and like familiarity of it, but like then they leave. Like I don't know their names, I don't talk to them, nothing like that, but like people enjoy that. But like that's the fun about sitting at a bar versus like a table. Like a bar, it's like casual like that. So I mean, I've never been, but I also just, I'm never gonna go alone to a place like that and just continuously go back. So I feel like as a girl it's a lot different, but for guys, like, oh my god, the amount of like single men that come in there daily, like same ones every single day. Weird. And I could tell you their names and exactly what they drink and when they're gonna order food. Like I know their whole service to a T. Like,
and I wonder why that is. And sometimes I think it's because like guys, we talked about this in one episode about like their friendships are just so not meaningful and stuff. So it's like it's getting like affection and like companionship wherever they can get it, because like the relationships that they do have with their friends aren't where they're like talking every day. I also
think like for them it's because men, I think, have a harder time at being in their own presence, if I'm being for real. Like you and I, like, and women do have it too, but like we're easily to like be by ourselves. Like I can be at home, I can do my nails, I can do my hair, I can play with makeup, I can organize something. I have like little hobbies at my house that I enjoy doing. I don't really think men have that as much. So for them, instead of sitting at home by themselves and being bored, I might as well just go down to the bar that's right across the street, get a drink, get some food, and then come back, and now it's 10 o'clock and I can just go to bed, I guess. I think that's more the thing where like for them it's also not weird for a guy to go to a bar by himself, or scary, or scary, or have to worry about like some other girl coming up to the table and being like, hey, can I buy you a drink? And it's like, because I used to love going, because like I love doing things by myself, I love it. And like I like going to like a restaurant alone, but I never sit at the bar because I don't like when people come up to me. Like every time I like request a table, because I'm like, I do not want a stranger to come approach me because of that very reason. Where it's like, I feel like for guys it's like, oh, no, they want to come up to me and talk to me about football? Cool. No, they love it. Like and they'll move around, they'll be like, oh dude, how are you? Like it's like it's a constant thing. But like, but also men crave other male validation. And so in situations like that, it's like instant male validation from other men who like technically don't owe you that because they're not really your friends, but they're just strangers. But like that's like, women don't want that. No, it's so funny because yesterday, you know, like there was the college like football final or something was on last night. I don't know, Michigan won. That's all I fucking know. I saw it was like all these celebrities were at that game. It was it was a big Travis game. Scott. It was like the booth of people was like, it was well into the billions of dollars worth of people up there. Yeah, no, it was a big game. So like there was like a bunch of like football TVs on, right? And then technically, actually, guy number 2 comes up to me and he was like, I'm not really into football. And he's like, do you like football? I was like, yeah, no. Like, I don't really understand it, if I'm being honest with you. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I actually enjoy basketball a lot more. And I was like, honestly, I've never had a desire to like watch grown men do things. It's like, so true. Like, that's literally what I said back to him. And he was like, I was like, no, I've never had a desire to like sit down and watch grown men do something. Like, that's just not. No, never. I've never had a desire to watch men do anything. No, like, it's different if it's like, okay, having someone that you're attracted to do something, like if you are my boyfriend, right? And I'm watching it's like something they're passionate about. You're supporting their passion, right? Or I'm watching you build something in the house, or do laundry or yard work or whatever. Like those things, hot. Like that is hot. But to sit down at a bar and watch grown men I've never met in my life all be on top of each other, like no.
Yes, but men eat that shit up because the thing about
He
a
was like-
straight man is like they just love gay shit.
He looked at me and he was like, never word it like that again. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's just true though. Like, that's real.
No, like nothing is fun about sitting there and watching. And that's why when girls are like, I did this like TikTok like a while ago, or I stitched it or whatever. And it was like this girl and this guy, and they were like talking. And I guess the girl works for like ESPN or something. And she's like
Yeah.
a sports, oh God, what field reporter, I think is her job. I'm assuming. And she was talking about how she was like, oh, I could never date a guy who watches anime because he'd probably not want to watch football with me on Sundays or something like that. And I duetted it and I was like, but like, I know you went to college to be like a journalism, whatever, and you probably do like sports, but do you really love, like, do you just like bleed football? Because I really can't believe any girl would just like kill themselves to like watch a game on Saturday or Sunday.
I mean, like,
or
there
whatever.
are a lot of people that enjoy football, and I get that. But
yeah.
but I feel like the love for it that a man has versus a woman is so different. Like, women enjoy it, women like it, women have teams that they want to support, and they want them as like a team to do great. But like, when I was younger, like, my dad would legit lose sleep if the Cowboys didn't fucking win. He'd be pissed for days. He broke our couch.
Right.
Like, pissed off. Now
like,
it's so different.
So
but
dramatic for like no reason. And I'm like, or like my favorite is college sports, like college football, and men getting mad about that. I'm like, these are kids. You're watching kids football and you're freaking out and you're
like,
losing your mind
they
over
like
like
one or the other.
a 19-year-old like dropping a pass. Chill.
Yeah.
It's not that serious. Like,
Yes.
you're 65. It's okay. Like, he's 21. Also, you didn't play.
Yeah,
so chill
literally.
out.
Well, I got cut from blah blah blah. Yeah,
I
exactly.
tore my ACL when I was 19, or I would have gone pro. It's like, no, you wouldn't have.
I had my pro tryout. But
Yeah.
blah blah. Blah. Like, shit.
But I decided to do this instead. It's like, no, you didn't.
Shit.
Like, it's not that serious. But like, yeah, no, I agree. I think sports are like, it's not that I hate them, because I sit there and I watch football with other people who are watching it.
I understand like the camaraderie of it, like going.
But
to come
nothing will make you
together,
more
or,
tired than watching like sports on TV. Like, something about it like makes me like lulls me to sleep.
because it's not fun.
And the sounds of like the whistle blowing, I'm like, it's like putting me in a trance to like.
Try working during it, bitch.
I could not. No, but
At
the
worst.
thing is, I feel like my eyes would just slowly just shut.
As like as soon as the game was over yesterday, like they were like screaming, like getting their trophies, about to do their speeches. I went and cut back to music. I was like,
Yeah.
done. Can't do it no more.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all got to
No.
listen to the game. It's over now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to hear the rest of it, go home and tune in,
Yeah.
because it ain't here.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. No, I can't like.
Mr. Brightside, do your thing. Come
Yeah.
on.
No, yeah. Something about it is just like, it's never that serious for me. And I'm never going to claim to be a sports girl, because I really just don't care.
I just don't care.
Like, I was going to say, like, I do not give a fuck, but I'm like, it's even like less than that. Like, I just don't even care.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be mad. I'm never going to be like, oh, they didn't make it to the Super Bowl. Damn it.
Yeah.
Or every time my company's like, we're doing fantasy, like everybody, I'm like, I never participate. And they're always like, come on, you're the only one who doesn't do it. I'm like, I don't even have cable. That's how much I don't give a fuck about sports.
Yeah.
That's how much I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I will watch it if it's on. Other than that, I'm never actively, like, my dad's like, did you watch the Chiefs game last night? I'm like, no.
No, it was so
Why the fuck would I watch it?
It was so funny because, like, I always wear, like, Penn State stuff at work, like, if it's college football day,
Yeah.
right? And, like, people try to talk to me about it. I'm like, I just went there.
And I went there years ago, so, like, yeah, I don't know the current people
I
playing.
simply
like, yeah.
just went there, babe. That's
Yeah.
all. That's it. And then, like, they were trying to talk to me yesterday about, like, how they lost and blah, 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 blah. Because Michigan and Penn State have, like, a rivalry.
Yeah.
And whatever. And, like, I was like, I don't. How many points a touchdown? Couldn't tell you. I actually could.
Yeah.
But that's how
Yeah.
basic my knowledge. Like, my knowledge is
Yeah.
so minuscule on football because I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
That's my knowledge on, like, every other sport besides football, but literally it's just because I had brothers who played it. That's the only reason I understand it.
Yeah.
And, like, know it. But, like, if I didn't have brothers, there's no way in fuck, because it's very confusing.
Yeah. No.
But, like, basketball, when I watch that, I even played basketball for years, and I'm still like, huh? Like,
No, I don't. like it's cool. Like the screeches sound kind of cool. I feel like a game is kind of fun, but
but also like raise the hoops. Y'all are way too tall to be shooting on these hoops.
For real.
Like, I don't know.
I saw
if you're 6'7",
I saw a thing the other day that was like, of course LeBron James is the best. He's fucking towered over everybody. He didn't have to fucking move to get a fucking basket. Like, that's not even fair. You can't even say that he's the best of all time when he was that fucking tall.
Yeah.
Like, how about the short kid?
Yeah. You actually want to know what's a fun sport to watch live? Hockey. And I went to my first hockey game like 2 years ago, like here, because where I've lived my whole life, there's never been a hockey team. So like I've never and growing up in the South, hockey's not a big thing, except for some reason in Nashville it is because of the Preds, I guess. But like, I don't know. But I went to like my first couple hockey games. I was like, these are fun because there's a lot of crowd work. And that's what I appreciate. It's like a good crowd involvement. But at like basketball and football, they don't really do that outside of like college.
No, we grew up with like ice hockey teams all around us. Like the Reading Royals, we used to go there all the fucking time. Like, and I would agree, the crowd work is great. They keep you entertained the whole time. Like,
it feels more of like a performative.
Honestly, soccer.
That's
games,
why I like.
Have you been to a soccer game, like a professional soccer game? Those are fun.
I like, but that also. Even the players, like the way they act is very performative. And I think that's why I like it.
I like watching women's soccer better than men's soccer. Because the men just cry over every little thing to get a card. And the women are just like.
But I kind of like the drama of that.
No, I love how tough the girls are.
Yeah.
Something hot about it.
Yeah. No, women's soccer is like so cool. But I do think men's soccer is a bit more campy and a bit more like theatrical. And I think that's why I like it. Because there's so drama.
It is true. And
like I know I'm like, oh my God, did anybody else see that? Because apparently he like broke his ankle, but like he just kind of looked like he fell down.
He
like,
broke
on
his ankle. He's gonna cry, but he's gonna keep running.
He's gonna get right back up.
Yeah, don't worry. He didn't get the card.
Yes,
so.
but I love the theater of like men's soccer.
That's true. We should actually go to a game.
They're cheap. They're
we
so cheap.
We should go.
My brother's coming in March, and I think we're gonna. Like if there's a game then like I want to go.
That'd be so fun.
But like me, I'm like I don't know anything about soccer schedule. I'm like March, will they be playing? Who knows?
I love like honestly I grew up like we would watch like Premier League soccer. But that was
I didn't like my family.
My sister played soccer and I did too.
Yeah. So no, we didn't. Like my brother was into oh my God, what's the big English team? Fucking
England.
Yeah, but it's called like
English Football League.
Like what's the big team in like not London? Is it London? I don't know. He was like really into that for a couple of years, and so that got me into it, and then it got me watching like the World Cup each year. So I liked that. Also, soccer
Chelsea?
players. Yeah.
Because there's a couple. That's why.
Yeah. But that's like, or Manchester United was also one of them. And he would like talk about that. And so that's what got me into like acknowledging soccer as like a big sport. But because in the US it's not that big, like I didn't really know about it. But then when I started watching it, that's where the hot people are. That's the sport they're playing. Soccer players are hot and they're like tattooed and they're like cool.
Yeah.
They're cool looking.
No, they're hot.
So
soccer boys
hot.
are hot.
They're so fine. And
hot.
That's when I realized I think that might be my favorite sport. Screw football and basketball because honestly, those are the uggos, especially football.
They are.
They take those helmets off and you're like, yeet, put it back on.
The thing about the thing about the soccer players is like you get to see them the whole time.
Exactly.
You see what they're working with the whole time.
They take their shirt off.
They ain't got no pads on. They ain't got no.
And that's the thing. Okay, here's the thing, and this is the tea of what I learned when I was marathon training. Hot people run. Soccer is only running the whole time, and so they are just so fine for no reason. Where it's like football. There's like maybe 6 people on the whole team who you're like, yeah, you're hot. But the rest of them, they take those helmets off and it's like, it's jarring.
Well, also the thing about like football players is like they're kind of just stupid. Like I'm not saying they're all stupid, but like just I feel like the brain
injury.
cells, it's just like not like they're not that cute. And then they start talking, you're like,
oh my God, yeah, it's really bad.
I feel like that's bad. And then but like the soccer players, like they're all very like educated and they're all like well spoken.
Yeah,
like it's different.
Yeah.
So, all right. I think we're here for soccer this summer.
Yes, this is soccer summer.
Soccer summer. Soccer summer. Yeah. Soccer summer. You hear to hear first. Emily and I are going to travel the world to watch soccer.
Or at least we'll go to the Nashville little soccer games all the time. I matched with a couple guys who were on that team when I was still on Hinge and stuff. And I literally like they were so hot. And I am like literally kicking myself to this day for not like actually hitting them up. But I just matched, and then I was like,
well,
maybe we
try again. Maybe we try again, and then we get free tickets.
Because that's all I really want.
They might be cheap tickets, but who cares if you can get them for free?
Well, and then we can get like good ones.
Yeah.
Maybe a box situation.
Maybe I feel like the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you're a soccer player, hit us up. We are both under 5'8", and because some soccer guys aren't super tall, so I feel like it's
5'6". I have a fat ass. I enjoy working out. I won't cook you food, but I'll buy it for you, and I enjoy laughing and having a good time.
I'm 5'4" 3/4, 5'5" with shoes on. I don't really like working out that much. I'll do it, but I don't really like it. I have a lot of hobbies, and I don't really like people, so I will give you plenty of personal space.
Perfect. We sound like winners. And I promise I won't be this sick when I meet you.
Yeah, I might be. It's just really unpredictable with my illnesses.
Well,
They come and they go.
Yeah, babe, how sick I can't even say it. I can't even function anymore. Anyway. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Society 97. My name is Kellen Reiki. You can find me at Kellen Reiki on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
And I'm Emily. I never say my last name.
Never.
Because my username's my last name with a Y, so I'm like, I don't ever say it. But my last name is Starnes, spelled like Barnes. And that's how you spell my username, at Starnsy on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can also follow the podcast on Instagram. We're at society97.pod, where you can send us DMs of your favorite professional soccer players that you think we might have a chance with. So we're talking not the high league, the minor league of soccer. Hit us up with those guys.
Or the highs. I don't care. I'm
not going to shoot my shot with them because I don't want them to have a bunch of bitches, because I don't like that.
Yes, I'd agree. I'm a jealous bitch.
That's why I'm like, give me the J League people. We'll hit them up, and we'll
Yeah.
be supporting them on their journey to the top.
True.
You know what I mean?
We
lock it in. We lock it in.
from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. So hit us up there, and then you can also follow us on TikTok at Society97pod, where we post clips from the show.
You can go to our YouTube channel where we post vlogs and other fun videos every single Tuesday, and we do the video version of the podcast every single Friday. So make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow us over there, because you got to see our beautiful faces to know what soccer players to recommend. So, hey, see you then. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.